Hey there, look at that. It's a live web stream. We're on the Twitch, we're on the YouTubes. We got the Himalayan salt lamp. But somehow that represents YouTube to me, and that represents we got glitch over there. Look, I match glitch. I try to get the color scheme right, and it's not that. I mean, it's okay. It's a good backdrop. Hey, how's everyone doing on the Happy Monday? Yeah, right. Happy Monday. Mondays. Somebody's got a case of the Mondays. Hey, this is my guitar my fancy cheap guitar that I purchased a couple months ago on Amazon sight unseen, and they all look different. Nowadays, if you want to buy this guitar, you pay more, you pay like $100 more, but they show you pictures of the actual guitar you're going to get. For some reason, they changed their sales strategy, and this is on Amazon. So now you purchase the individual car rather than green burl, whatever. And, this is the one they sent me, but they had 5 or 6 of them. I'm happy with this one. You can kind of see it's really an amazing, it's a very thin veneer on top of the top of the wood. It's not an expensively produced guitar, but it's got a lot of deluxe features. You got your roasted maple neck. You got your fancy kind of tuners and headstock there. And it didn't come all set up. Oh, it's got locking strap lock. I really like the pickups. You can kind of see there. They're very good quality. Basically, it's a great guitar once you have it set up. I'm just delaying it. I don't like to start the the flight simulator until at least 5 minutes in. Anyway, let's talk about the show. We can talk about the show until we start the flight simulator. It's the same every time. I mean, it's real similar. There won't be anything shocking today. We're going to pick up some random plane, go some random places in Microsoft Flight Simulator. Check it out. There's a lot of stuff to see. I actually want to fly around my local home from my local home airport, Livermore, California. I think it'd be fun. Some kind of simpler plane here. And just fly over, check out Oakland and San Francisco real quick. Doesn't take for long as it's a fairly quick plane. And then also Detroit, because, I have a Detroit add-on, and it should look really good in the snowy, cold times. By the way, I forgot to mention, there's a freshly poured glass of Diet Coke right here. Freshly poured, yes. From the Happy Santa can of Diet Coke. It's just regular Diet Coke with Happy Santa on it, as far as I can tell. It doesn't have, chocolate mint flavor. That's good. Go down to your local store and purchase at least 100 cases of Diet Coke right now, or you're not my friend anymore. I mean, that's all there is to it. We want to maintain our friendship. You don't have to donate to me, but you have to purchase a ridiculous amount of Diet Coke. And make sure you tell them that Tench9er sent you. This plan. I don't think this plan is going to work. They have not sent me anything. The stream is powered by Diet Coke, but not sponsored by Diet Coke. You see what I'm saying? There's a difference. I have to pay for my own Diet Coke. It's a travesty. We also have the beautiful blue Bluetooth controller right there. And wow, now it's actually time to get into the flight simulator. I'm excited. It's been all of almost 24 hours since last time I played Microsoft Flight Simulator, as in yesterday. All right, free flight, not in the PA-28. Let's start at kind of the top of the rotation with the thingy the Aero Elvira, Mistress of the Dark Optica. It's not technically the top of the thing. We got the Ascendant, these are both fun to fly. But yeah, no, the Optica, we'll pick that one up. We'll configure that in some way or others. Passengers, liveries. They're all cool looking. They are all cool looking. We'll do Solaris, this bright yellow. Okay, for the first flight, I want to fly this plane. We're going to cold start. We're going to fly from Livermore. How you doing, Hobie? We're going to fly over where I live, the house I'm currently living in. It's a nice day. There won't be any snow. And basically, it's a very challenging route due to the large amount of customized buildings, etc., terrain. Oh yeah, okay, saving back. And you know, we've been here a million times, but not since the sim update, so that's an excuse. It's showing clouds, but it's not really that cloudy. So this is my home airport here. Livermore Municipal, not home, but literally the closest kind of GA airport. We're gonna cold start it. There are clouds in the area, but there's a lot of sun too, so we should be okay. Cold starting of the plane. All right. Oh yeah, there's gonna be the big brain games. There's gonna be a short break, and after that, it's Ken's Piano Lounge. It's not the Christmas songs. I've decided I have plenty of time to do 2 more Christmas song rehearsals before the actual Christmas day. So I want to actually do the regular Ken's Piano Lounge tunes today. Hey, it's my show. I can do what I want. And then we'll do next time on Wednesday. I guess it's going to be Guitar Day. And we still want to do a lot of this. Is this beautiful? It's really unusual looking plane. It's got what you call a ducted fan engine. I'm suffering a cat attack right now. Here he is. Here's Mr. Mo. You can kind of see him right there. There he is. Yeah, sometimes okay, but it's got a lot of cool stuff. It's got this big, beautiful view, that's for sure. So it's a great sightseeing plane. But yeah, the ducted fan configuration. I guess the engine is also behind you or something like that. Yeah. Oh yeah. I noticed that. Like the choice of interior colors is different depending on the exterior, kind of to match the interior. So that interior is not quite the same. All right, let's see if we can start getting this thing next. Okay, we set throttle. There's a mixture to full throttle. I don't have my throttle body thing plugged in. Parking brake is on. That's the fuel dumper. Fuel valve to open, right? Okay. Is there something up here? Yeah, like there's a magneto here in the start, but that's the last thing we do. First, what we're gonna do is turn on your master battery here. That's the starter. Okay, fuel pump. I'll turn that on for now. I know there's a little bit of cat content here. Is that actual live kitty? He's getting up there, but he's doing good. He's fine. How you doing, Mo? He's purring. He just wants to be in the show a little bit. Yeah, there you are. Actual cat content. Mr. Mo. All right, yeah. Do we need if we turn on external power? Does it show a power unit? It doesn't really do that. In any case, let's see. All right, there are 2 enters there. Let's see. Leave the lights off for now. All right, so you want to go up here and turn. For some reason, the starter is there, not starter engaged. I don't understand that either. It's fine. All right, we are operating. We are stable. It's easy, simple to start up. How old is Mode? He's 15. He's 15. We're gonna need this. I have a feeling. Navigation lights, yes, please. Taxi lights, why not panel lights? We're gonna need those. Transponder to on. Let's see. He's doing okay. I mean, what can I say? He's living a good kitty life. In that he gets a lot of attention. He doesn't have to fight for attention. He's got his own. Remember the 2020 version of this plane has a cat or a dog, companions, but they took him out for this to make it a standard. Ballast indicators. What is that supposed to mean? Let's see where it's at, man. All right, anyway, let's okay. Everything should be warmed up. We don't need external power now. Oh yeah, down here, anything? Nah, it's all good. All right, so we're gonna talk to we're gonna reduce power a little bit here. Livermore ground. The pets, yeah. I don't know why they would take them out. I don't understand the thinking there. We're gonna head west. It's hopefully we'll see some ground sites. We might want to stay below the deck here, below the cloud deck. Yeah, that's actually not. I mean, it's a beautiful day out. All right, we're gonna enable ignoring weather, right? Okay, we're ignoring the weather because, yeah, some planes you're not allowed to take off in visual flight rules. But honestly, it's pretty nice out. There is definitely kind of a delay in the real-time weather. So, like, you're not seeing exactly what you'd expect to see out there. In any case, at least it's running well. It's running quite smooth. This is an airport I'm very familiar with, and a little route we're very familiar with. Takes about, I don't know, 15 minutes to get to San Francisco from here. Not, it's not that long. And then I thought we'd check out Detroit because I have paid for extra add-on content of Detroit, and I'm thinking it might be kind of very white and snowy there. So there'll be 2 different cities today, San Francisco and Detroit, if all goes well. We get a little bumpy action here. Got your Big Mac window over here. This, oh yeah, no, that does win. That does open. Like it doesn't open. It does open. The other really unique and interesting system that this plane has that practically no other plane has, certainly not the small general aviation ones, is a working fuel dump system. So you notice we're pretty heavy at 50%. We're probably going to land before. Normally I just use the thing. This one has this handle, that red handle down there. It says fuel dump system. Uh-oh, stay on the road here. And when you activate it, it has an animation that shows fuel being dumped out the back, and it shows the fuel meter going down, and you get lighter. In other words, it does what you want it, what you'd expect it to. But very few planes have a working fuel dump system, except for the big jets. I mean, those do. For general aviation, this is the only one I know of. And so I like to try. I like to use it, since it's the only one. It's pretty simple, just a handle. You just gotta watch your fuel level once it's ejecting fuel. All right, so parking brake on. Flaps to probably just there. Tune the tower. Request takeoff clearance.
Livermore Tower, KNSH 9er.
It's definitely not raining. I mean, it's sunny where I am, but I'm pretty close to where this is. That's fine. I like that there's some weather. All right, a little bit of positive trim, not much. All right, let's just do this from inside here. Takeoff clearance.
Cleared for takeoff, runway.
We're not going to need this anymore.
KNSH 9er.
Not the most powerful plane in the world, of course. It's a propeller plane with a single engine. But it'll get you up there. All right, we got full power. Is that the farthest away you can get from this? Yeah, we got it. And basically kind of lifts itself off the runway there, without really having to pull the propeller up. Actually, you probably need a little bit of negative trim there. Keep the nose from coming up too high. Yeah, I mean, because it's got those big windows, so you can stay inside and you can see down. It's got yeah, okay, we're heading west. I gotcha. It's got big windows. Now I can see we're gonna have to stay low level, but it's really easy to get where we want to go because I'm just following the freeway. Oh, there's a golf course. There's a lot of golf courses in Livermore. Most of them are down that way, but it's kind of known for wineries and golf courses. Oh yeah, exactly. And for whatever reason, maybe they've done something about it, but we're not seeing as much that windshield interior reflections. But instead, no, you can just vibe out here from the cockpit and see a lot of stuff. So that's kind of the 580. That's the main freeway here. Or actually, this is right here. Just fly a little bit to the west of it, and fly over right where I'm actually broadcasting from to the entire universe. I have a kitty in my lap, just curled up in my lap right now. This wants to be a little warm, fluffy boy beastie. This plane does have an autopilot, which is quite convenient, but I prefer to keep it trimmed for level flight manually. All right, what's our speed? Let's see, reduce engine power. The only thing you get, okay, well, you do get a mixture control. We're gonna have to adjust that down to about there, 60% or so. All right, so you can see the freeways over there. There's a major interchange. There's where the that's where the Target is, and the major stores. And I work pretty close here too. And right there is where the BMW dealership is. Or you get it. It's just stuff. All right. Let's see. Oh yeah. Okay. So right down here is where I live. I'm almost about flying over it. Flying right. This little kind of community, little here right below us, like 240 houses. And you can see mine is right there. Just flew over it there. I'm inside that house. It's cool. I'm kind of doxing myself, but you get it. Nobody's gonna come by. All right, let's fly up over to Oakland and then San Francisco. It just takes a few minutes. It's a fun little flight. Yes, bye to your airspace. All right, all these seem to be working. These little messages.
KNSH 9er, 9er, 9er. Frequency change.
Okay, let's keep trimming. I want my. Let's see. I want to see how much trim I need to keep the nose at 0. You need to keep your vertical velocity at 0. Vertical speed. Let's see, what's our actual speed? About 100. It's a perfectly good cruise for this. All right, so there's there's this freeway that goes north and south. That's a major freeway there. And then this freeway that we're heading here is going to head to the west to Oakland. And yeah, traffic. It'd be even more traffic than that. It's pretty crowded. Really, Pleasant. You've been to Pleasanton? Wow, that's it right there. There's the Stone Ridge Mall, and right below us, that's a BART station right there. BART is technically we're on a BART. I can get on a BART train, and in 50 minutes I can be in downtown San Francisco. I've never really had the urge. And if I want to sit on the BART train for 2 hours, I could get all the way to San Francisco International Airport without driving. That might be handy sometimes. And it is a nice train. It's a perfectly good train. But yeah, I'm also used to driving over this section here, which can get pretty slow during rush hour, or if there's some kind of traffic on in this section here, because there's a long section here with no on ramps and no off ramps that goes over these hills. So this is the Tri-Valley area. That area back there. There's Dublin, Pleasanton, San Ramon, Livermore. But then we get up to here, we're on the East Bay. That's where Oakland is, and Oakland, there's a whole bunch of surrounding communities like Berkeley, Albany, Piedmont. That's all kind of next to Oakland. Fremont, a little south of Oakland. But you see, yeah, there's traffic moving, but on the satellite map shows a lot of stalled, or slow moving trucks, because that's quite common. It's uphill, so they're not going very fast. Hi, Mo. He's decided he's had enough lap time. This is a really cool plane. All my planes are cool. Well, most of them are. But yeah, it's called the Edgeley Optica. I mean, I don't know what shape you'd call that. I guess you call that a teardrop. But the advantage of the shape is providing a huge is nothing except providing a huge visual area to look out. So this plane was literally designed for sightseeing. It doesn't go that fast. It's not that practical. And being a single engine plane, I don't know if a lot of people want to fly in it due to the issue of being afraid that one engine fails, you've got a problem. They prefer to be in a 2-engine plane for, But, not everyone, I've been in single engine helicopters, single engine planes, not the end of the world. I mean, it's not that bad. But, as usual, these planes will glide a ways. And I'm quite sure this is a real plane, but I've never seen even a picture of it, like, online. So, I imagine, like many of the planes I have, they're pretty rare in the real world, even though they exist. Again, this ducted fan design is cool. It looks great, and it's quiet because because the propeller is not exposed. But other than that, it's kind of an expensive, difficult to implement design compared to just the regular engine in the front. Anyway, we're coming out. We'll be there shortly. This is really cool for me because I've done this road so many times. All these little curves here and the side. It looks just like the rail thing. Okay, we're coming down here. I'm going to reduce power here. We're making some speed. And in a couple of minutes, we'll be flying over Oakland. Then we'll head over the Bay Bridge. We'll check out the buildings of San Francisco. I've done this particular route, maybe 15 times on stream. But it's always a little different. The weather's different. The plane I'm picked is different. It's definitely not quite as clear today, but you can see it's not gonna rain. It's supposed to rain, I think, later in the week. It actually is gonna rain later, maybe even tomorrow. Actually, I'm not sure. I gotta check again. We haven't had rain in quite a while. My friend Kelly, who has a lot of routes up in Seattle. And then, it went up to Seattle last week, and it's been raining buckets in Seattle. Okay, that's Hayward over there, so that's to the south. And you can't really see it, but if I turned the weather to clear, you'd see that Oakland's pretty much dead ahead. I mean, it's about it's about 10 miles. It's about 5 miles from here. But as long as we follow the freeway, we will not get lost, because it goes right by Oakland, downtown Oakland. And in the real world, when you're doing aviation like this, they do like you to follow a road map. To show you where you have to file a flight plan that shows where you're going to go. And most of the time, it's easiest just to say, well, I'll be following this road. And it really simplifies the definition of a flight plan. Okay, and then that goes up there. Both these kind of freeways go to Oakland, but it's like over a different route. So anyway, that's what it is. We'll stick with this one. Let's go 580, I guess. All right, so I got like negative 9% trim. That means I'm pushing the nose down pretty hard with trim. Keep it, I'm trying to keep it level. All right, nope, it still wants to go up. Maybe 10%. So that means that vertical speed meter, if I'm not touching anything, it should stay at 0 once I'm at 0 or as close as possible. All right, where are these are the Rebels. The San Lorenzo Rebels right there. Very nice. Okay. San Lorenzo. And shortly up ahead, we'll have the city of Oakland. Actually, yeah, okay. Oakland International's up that way. So, yeah, Oakland's up ahead. We just gotta follow the road here. We gotta make sure I don't pass over. I forget when we pass over the arena and the stadium where the baseball players played. Although I don't think they play there anymore, because those are pretty well detailed. They're up closer to the airport. They're right next to the airport. Well, not next to the airport, but they're pretty close to the airport. And I like this banana yellow. It certainly stands out. Again, the interior upholstery changes depending on the exterior, and it's one of the few planes that does that. But yeah, these huge windows are really appreciated. And again, most for helicopters need these kind of lower windows so you can see down while you're landing. You can see the ground. But this plane doesn't really need them for any reason except to be able to see what you're flying over. But it really helps. It's been super smooth. Been a very smooth experience with Sim Update 4. I recommend it. All right, where's the airport? It's up ahead. There's the airport. So you see a lot of traffic that's taking off and landing. It looks like it's clearing up a little bit this way even. It looks like it's a little... Yeah, see where we come from was where it was more cloudy. I got some blue sky up ahead. That's nice. It's certainly not going to rain. Okay, so some of these are... I think this is all industrial. Right here. What you're seeing right there. Oh yeah, from here you can see the control tower for Oakland International. So we should be approaching. Actually, where are they? Come to think of it, we might have passed. I might not know where I'm going. Where the arenas are? I think they're ahead, but I don't know for sure. I think they're up ahead. Right? Where's the airport? There's the airport there. I don't remember. Yeah, if we miss them, we miss them, but they're around here somewhere. As long as you stay, they're right next to the freeway, so as long as you stay next to the freeway, you shouldn't miss them. But I don't know for sure. Yeah, I think it's here, so you can see the little BART kind of. It's a tramway that goes between the BART station here. Right, this little tramway there. That goes to the airport. Let's follow this. Actually, it's up this. I might be up this way. Oh yeah. Okay. So yeah, it meets up this. It meets up with the BART, which is this right away below us, which goes right by. So if you want to take the BART to the Oakland airport, you take it to this station that goes right here, and then you take this little tramway, which costs $10, and that goes right to the airport. Meanwhile, you got the stadiums here. One's for basketball, one's for baseball. I don't know if either one is in use. I mean, the Warriors play in San Francisco now, and the baseball, there used to be a, the A's or the Athletics, Oakland Athletics, but I don't think they're. Maybe they still play here, but I believe not. I believe Oakland, and yeah, they used to have the Oakland Raiders. Also played there, I believe. I think it was a combination baseball and football field, but they went to Vegas. So no more professional teams. All right, hey, where is Oakland itself? It's up ahead here. Oh, it's a ways up here. We're going in circles. We're not getting anywhere, but that's fine. We're following the train route. Okay, behind us, you can see the stadiums there back there. So yeah, Oracle Stadium is where the Warriors play the basketball. Excuse me. But yep, now they're in San Francisco at the Chase Center, which we could fly over. We have plenty of time. Thank you for the lovely words. It's nice to see you. I have been online quite a bit. I will have a wonderful Christmas, and you also have an amazing New Year. Cheers. Thank you. Ray? Are you Ray? Whatever. But and thank you for the lovely comment. I appreciate it. Cheers to you with the Diet Coke, the chilled glass of frosty Diet Coke. Anyway, the Bay Area, my home, generally call it my home area. Lived in California my whole life, but the Bay Area, I would say actually most of it. But when I was younger, I lived in Southern California. Lots of stuff there. So that's Alameda Island here. What? Actually, I'm not sure. No, yeah, I do fly over the Netherlands a lot. Yeah, we have to fly over all these places again. We have to go to Rotterdam again. Because the new sim update is really smooth. I just mean, the game is looking really good. It's performing very nicely. A lot of the things that take you out of the reality, like stuttering or crashes or weird pop-ins, seem to have been solved. Or weird. I mean, we're still getting weird reflections on the ground. That's not good. All right, we'll fly over Oakland, then we're going to check out the Bay Bridge up close and personal. So one thing you're going to notice is Oakland has a kind of downtown central lake called Lake Merritt. Lake Merritt also kind of has park area associated with it on that side there, but then it basically gives downtown Oakland kind of a waterfront look, although not, that's fresh water there. It's not the bay or the anything like that. This plane is darn special. I like to fly unusual planes. Not the boring planes. All my planes are cool. There's a little bit of a jump when you go in and out of the cockpit, but it's much better than it used to be. Much better. So it's just the smooth flying I'm really appreciating. I feel like I had a serious hardware upgrade, but they just fixed the software to be a lot more optimized. You got all these buildings down here. These are pretty cool. I mean, they're not as tall as they could be, but they still look pretty cool. All right, where's the Bay Bridge? I don't know. Okay, it's not up that way. It's kind of that way. You can see it. You're approaching it. Yeah, so the western part of Oakland is a little sketchy. Yeah, well, I would recommend if you haven't played Microsoft Flight Simulator in a while, yeah, there'll be a major. It's going to take a while to get to update it. It's like a 5 gigabyte update. But then they seem to have made it run quite well. I mean, I don't know if there's any major improvements, but it runs better than ever. But I'm going back to a lot of places I've been before. To kind of see, how they look. Yeah, I used to. There's also kind of the East Bay kind of goes out. I meant there's Berkeley. There's all these communities out there. Okay, wait. Is this where is the actual? Okay, yeah. Here's the Bay Bridge. It's kind of coming in. And the cool thing is, you can see we're starting to see the skyline of San Francisco in the distance there. There's some visibility, but somewhat limited visibility actually makes the frame rate better, and it is really super smooth. I can't see what I'm getting, but I'm imagining I'm getting around about 90 to 110 frames per second. I mean, everything just runs super smooth, and so much detail. I might even turn up the graphics settings. I had to turn them down to, ultra everything because, when I tried to stream, it was really causing issues. And the other thing I would get is I'd be streaming, if I was flying for like an hour, and then I'd land somewhere like an airport, which is a kind of a complicated zone. And I'd start getting the messages like, "Oh, your virtual memory is full," blah blah blah. All right, so this is the new kind of the new part of the Bay Bridge. There used to be a trestle bridge there, and then there was an earthquake, blah blah blah. Took them quite a few years to build this new section here. For some reason, it's not really showing a lot of traffic on it, and there would normally be a lot of traffic. So it's a trestle bridge, and then it's got this fancy pseudo suspension thing. MSC cargo ship from Concord to Oakland. In the rain, it was super cool. Yeah, well, you can see a lot of the Bay Area on a cargo ship. But yeah, the bay is big. So it's got this big trestle section here. Okay, that's Treasure Island there. And this island here is called Yerba Buena Island. There's nothing really on it, I don't think. Maybe there is now. But there used to be a lot of people living out on Treasure Island, but it's kind of depressing. There's nothing there. So it goes through there and mixes together. Like, so there's a tunnel and a bridge. Somebody else is flying around. And then we get effectively the old section, which is the classic suspension bridge. Although it's an unusual suspension bridge in that it's really two suspension bridges that butt up against each other to make the four spans. And in the center is a concrete anchor. There's more concrete and steel in this concrete anchor right here in the middle than in the entire Empire State Building. It has to be very heavy because it effectively holds down both sides of the bridge, or it holds it up. It holds the bridge up. It's kind of hard to describe because it's a suspension bridge, so the bridge is suspended with the cables, and the cables are anchored in that section there. It's a cool, I mean, it's an amazing design. It's one of a kind design. Oh, we got a weekend trip out to Oakland. Yeah, there's a lot of military stuff going on in Oakland too, in the Bay Area. All right, so we're gonna come here. We're gonna see here most of San Francisco, all of San Francisco is basically to the right, to the north of this. But you see quite a few iconic buildings. We've got the Salesforce Tower is the tallest building. This is the waterfront, and you'll be able to see the Pier 1 building or something. I can't remember, the ferry terminal or whatever is that's down there. It looks like it's scaffolded. I wonder if it's under construction. And the Exploratorium used to be in the North Beach, but now moved out there. And that's the Bay Club, I think it is. It's down there. It's like a famous club, country club, expensive. Coit Tower here, heading up to the kind of the waterfront area. We're going to see the Golden Gate Bridge and fly under it. Well, yeah, the San Francisco Bay Area is known for its bridges. I mean, it's kind of it doesn't have a ton of bridges compared to New York, but they're all pretty famous. Certainly, the bridge. You can see the hilly areas here. There's Russian Hill, blah blah blah, and Pacific Heights is up there. But it means there's a lot of there's a lot of views. There's a lot of kind of scary quite steep parking situations in places where you have to climb up a hill to get to where you live. But it's okay. Yeah, and that's residential there, I think. But there also is a school right near there. But this is the marina area. One of my favorite places to hang out when I lived in this area is the Palace of Fine Arts up here. That's where the Exploratorium used to be. Oh yeah, and this is the Marina Green here, right there. It's just. Sometimes there's events and things there, but it's a nice place to stroll. A lot of rich people have their fancy yachts tied up here. Palace of Fine Arts. There's a theater in there. Pretty nice theater. And it's a cool, really cool building on the inside. A lot of space in there. And then you can actually park because there's a parking lot right there. And this stuff has all changed since I lived here. They added all these caps, effectively. They covered the Relay. By the way, that's LucasArts is right there. I think it's because the Presidio. So these kind of caps here, where they added parkland on top of the freeway. I don't think I've even driven since this stuff has been made on this section here. This would be the approach to the Golden Gate Bridge, which we're going to fly up here. So cool fact about the Golden Gate Bridge is it's 4 lanes in one direction and 4 lanes in the other. But because there's such directional change in the amount of cars going in one direction in the morning versus the afternoon. They change. Oh, right, it's 3 lanes and 3 lanes. It's 6 lanes total. So in the afternoons and mornings, it changes to a 4-lane and 2-lane configuration, and then to a 3-lane and 3-lane configuration, and then to a 2-lane and 4-lane configuration. Using these movable barriers, it's pretty complicated, but it really does help because it allows for 4-lane, much more even amount of traffic during the day and night. Because people are coming into the city in the morning to work and then going back to Marin in the evenings, and thus you need more lanes going this way. It wasn't that way always. It was just 3 lanes and 3 lanes. And you come up here. Everyone who comes to San Francisco, you get a beautiful view of the skyline when it's not clear. Anyway, I've been up to the top of this tower right here physically. I've been there. I went up this cable part, this segment right here. That's a long story. Okay, you come up here, and then there's this place called, I forget what it's called, not the Highlands. Anyway, it's you come up this road, you drive around here. There's a bunch of places where you can park and look at the vista. The Headlands, anyway. But they also built. You can come on this road here. People will come up and they'll get a bicycle, their bikes, and put them in a van. The van will take them up to the top of this hill, and then they'll bike down. And because it's all uphill. You will see people biking up this hill too, and then biking down. But it's a killer. But up the Headlands here, they used to have these gun emplacements that were there to protect the right here. And you can see the guns aren't there, but the structures that held the guns are still there. And there's a couple of them that you see from here, and it's also a great view. You can have your naval guns protecting the bay from enemy submarines or whatever. So there used to be there's several ones here. But that's the kind of thing. And then there's a tunnel you go into there, and then the tunnel comes up there, and you can go and walk and see the foundations of where the guns were. I think there's a couple more around here. It's basically just a kind of a rite of tourism. All right, where are we going to land? Do we even have time to go to Detroit? Probably not. We'll go to Detroit Wednesday, because I always would like to fly over the Palace of the Legion of Honor too. I was there a couple years ago with my friend Kelly. We went to the Tudor exhibit. They had a lot of Tudor stuff. All right, but you can see here, that's what the Golden Gate Bridge. Oh, the Golden Gate, by the way, is the name of the entrance. In other words, the Golden Gate Bridge wasn't there before it was there. This was called the Golden Gate. In other words, the entrance to the bay was called the gate. The Golden Gate Bridge spans the Golden Gate. Some people think the Golden Gate Bridge is the Golden Gate refers to the bridge. And it does if you put the word bridge in it, but if you don't, it refers to the geographical structure you're looking at. The Golden Gate, because it was there long before the bridge was. And in fact, it's believed that people it took a long time to discover the inlet. Because it was foggy, people would go up the coast, back up the coast in sailing ships, and not see that there was an entrance there, and not register that there was an enormous bay there. Until somebody finally discovered it on a good. Hey, science, how you doing? I'm giving out the random facts about San Francisco. So this is also a fancy area of San Francisco here, Baker Beach. But this is the California Palace of the Legion of Honor. It's got a long name, but it's basically an awesome museum, and it's kind of a very isolated spot here. They always have kind of cool sculptures and stuff. They had what's his name? The guy who painted the water lilies, Monet. There's this huge beach out here. You'd think the people would love these giant beaches, but the water is cold year round. And these beaches aren't good for surfing. You have to go quite a ways south to find a good surfing beach. But what they're good for is having a bonfire, at night. And partying, and that's what people do. But it's not like you can go in the water. It's 48 degrees year round, 49 maybe 50 in the summer. But yeah, it's a great example of a beach that probably nobody goes to. What is out there? What is this? Is this an actual sailing ship? Is this a sailboat? I'm in trouble with kind of figuring out what this is here. I'm gonna go with some. I mean, like specifically, what kind of sailboat is it? Kind of hard to tell. It's got a lot of. It's a sailboat. It's a slooper catch or something. Okay. All right. Let's head to the Aeropuerto. That's this direction here. So we're gonna head inland. This little sailboat I'm looking at was that one right there. I just want to think. I'm wondering if it's a different model than I've normally had. So we're coming here and we're gonna go. It's not there. It's that one over here. I'm gonna fly over some hills here. Again, from the inside, let's just check out, make sure everything is looking good. As I mentioned before, we're heavy for landing because of too much fuel. But this plane has a working fuel dump system. It's right here. So I can enable the fuel dump. And then what happens, if you look at the back, you can clearly see it is dumping fuel. I probably shouldn't be, you're supposed to do this over water, but I don't care. You know what I'm saying? I don't care. But now if we watch our fuel, notice it's 35, 34. I want it to get to about 30 so that we're light enough for landing. We're like under 30. And it is. It's dumping fuel and the fuel is leaving. And if we were to leave that valve open, it would run out of fuel. We'd be out. So you gotta mark. Okay, we're 30%. Okay, I'm at 29%. All right, let's get in here and close the fuel. Where is it? Hold on. Close it. Fuel dump closed. All right, so we got 28%. That's fine. So now we have plenty of fuel to get to the landing point. By the way, is that okay? That's not the park. There's a bunch of little parks. The big park is Golden Gate Park is up that way. We passed it. We're heading this way. It's kind of South San Francisco here, but it's pretty. What does that say down there? Daly City. Yeah, that's real south of San Francisco. But, you know, it's probably a little gray there today. So, yeah, I want to go to Detroit, but I don't think we're going to get to Detroit today, just because all my missions always end up taking a little longer than I think they're going to. Because I do like to start on the ground cold, and I like to end up with a decent landing. And those are those fun parts. You know, this area here is very, I mean, it looks like maybe these aren't expensive houses, but they are. Because they have views. They're on curvy streets. And yeah, San Francisco. People want to live in San Francisco. It's you know what I mean. It has to people in the area. This is where you want to live. These neighborhoods are very good. They're considered very good. There's only a few bad neighborhoods in San Francisco. Ooh, best viewers. Best viewers. All right, there's yeah, this area here is a little sketchy, but it's the mission. It's not super bad. Not too bad. Where is Sutro Tower? It should be visible. Is it up there on that side, down that way? I'm not 100% sure where it is. Anyway, we'll figure it out once we get to the. Actually, I can figure it out right now. Let's go on my little map here. Okay, no, Sutro Tower is up that way. You can't really see it because it's in a cloud. Okay, but the airport is down this way, so we are heading the right direction. We're just gonna land on some random runway at SFO. It's a challenge. Yeah, I really have all the best viewers. Aw, I feel that way. I have all the viewers I want. I'm not gonna pay for fake bot viewers. They seem to think if they ask me enough times, eventually I'll just go, fuck it. Send me some bot viewers. You're right. I was wrong. They're gonna make my stream so much better. And it will cost me. I love it. You know, I'm not really sure what they're thinking there. All right, we are okay. So let's see. Yeah, we're fine for fuel. See, everything there is operating well. It is one of my favorite planes. It's not very dramatic, and it's not really I wouldn't call it aerobatic or terribly agile, but it's certainly a gorgeous plane to kind of just vibe out on the view as you pass over all these buildings. So yeah, we saw some of San Francisco. Anyway, I don't want to hit these hills are kind of the South San Francisco hills here. I'm going to hit the freeway is going down that side. There used to be, well, Candlestick Park used to be up there, but it was a ways. where the original 49ers stadium played. They moved to Santa Clara, way south. We're gonna come down here. I just don't want to run to this hill here. But yeah, for people who live in the Bay Area, and I used to, came down to the airport all the time. This terrain is very familiar. Eventually, we get to Foster City. Foster City is kind of a reclaimed area, where they dredged the bay, built some ground, and slapped houses on it. That's in the bay. I think this is where Visa headquarters is, right here. And my friend works for Visa, so I think she hangs around down here. I think a lot of these buildings are Visa, the Visa Corporation. I'm not 100% sure. Or some of them are, at least. That could be. Could be. So let's see. What's coming up in the streaming world? Nothing. Nothing, really. Gonna keep doing what I'm doing. Alrighty. I do want to explore the Stranger Worlds content. And I said I was going to do it one of these days. It's already Monday. It's going to happen in a week or two, probably. At some point. I mean, technically, the Stranger Things finale is not coming out, I believe, until the 21st or something. And I am up to date, so those will be the last Stranger Things ever. All right, hey, we're flying over the airport already. I can see planes and stuff on the ground. It is pretty foggy. This is kind of the north area, the cargo area of the airport. And then we hit the airport itself. We'll check out the airport building. You can see Robin Hood 6433 in a thing there. Yeah, maybe it is. I'm not sure exactly what it is, but those are the final episodes of Stranger Things ever. They're basically admitting the kids are too old. They're adults now. It's a different show, And then I also watched the finale of Welcome to Derry, which is the It prequel that's on HBO, and that also ended. By the way, this airport. Let's just appreciate how massive this. We're starting to see a little bit of tearing. That's the international terminal. There's the main terminal. The parking is in the center, multi-level parking area. All these terminals there. This is the United terminal here, I believe. The old international terminal was there. There's a bunch of others. Domestic is that side. It's a huge area, but it seems to be going very smoothly. But like a lot of these shows tend to end. They start on. Really big. You can hear the planes below us. They start really strong, and then they tend to end kind of ish. And this one definitely ended kind of ish. I'm talking about It. Welcome to Derry, the It prequel. But I'm sure Stranger Things is going to be pretty much an anticlimax. Maybe I just don't care enough. But the Stranger Things content on Microsoft Flight Simulator, it's kind of cool, I guess. Just to be able to kind of fly around it and see the locations, and they are very recognizable. Or pretty much every single location in the show is represented. So yeah, there's people. All these planes are lined up for landing on these, and usually they land tandem. They land side by side because there's so much incoming. So your most common incoming is coming down over the Dumbarton Bridge there, making a turn, and making your approach over the bridges there. Okay, of course, we're not going to do any of that stuff. We're just going to plop our asses down the runway. A little bit of jitters, but much less than I normally expect around here. It looks like from here. We got plenty of runways, so we can come in kind of steep. We don't have to line up a million miles away. Looks like from here. A little bit of a bounce because we're a little fast. Nothing too ridiculous. And there we are. Welcome to San Francisco. Enjoy your stay. Go to Chinatown. But yeah, there's a few things I'm looking forward to watching. I have Apple TV, and I have not yet watched the F1 movie, which is also just came out like a week ago, finally on streaming. You know, they definitely did not. You know, it was a big hit from very early, like February or something this year. And I don't know. I like Brad Pitt. I've never seen a racing movie that I've loved. I mean, there's some that I kind of liked, but in general, I find them really forgettable, like car racing. Anything to do with car racing. It's very hard to make a compelling movie about car racing. Because what I don't like is scenes where they're trying to show the racing action and they cut every like 3 or 4 times per second almost. They cut, like, the scenes are very fast paced, so you're getting this feeling of you can't even get, you don't even know what you're looking at, in other words. And then and they, you know, like Michael Bay does that on, and they do that to, there's a plane taking off right now. Cool. Nice. I mean, they do that to make something which might be exciting from the point of view of the drivers, but it's not exciting from the point of view of storytelling. So we'll have to see. I will try to go into an open mind on the F1 movie, which I want to see real soon, like maybe the next day or two when I have 2 hours. But I don't think I will have a lot of high expectations, simply because I'm not. Are they really going to have us come into this this dock and bay here like we're a jet? Why the hell not then? There you go. I followed instructions. I don't think we're gonna get the thing coming down to us though, which those do work, by the way. If you're in a jet and you come into the right spot, they'll come out and attach to you. We got some jets though. We got some sound effects there. Things are working well. The game is working quite well. I mean, as intended. Let me put it that way. All right, how do we turn this off? Turn everything off. And, oh yeah, fuel valve. And that'll shut the engine off. Not bad. Hold on a second here. I'll have to, I'll have to send you a quick message. Let me see if I can get into this site here. Double check. Email address. Hold on a second here. Let's just take a second. We'll work. Okay, I'll have to do this a bit later. Okay. Cheers a little bit. Okay, we're gonna go into the just chatting category. Just chatting category. I'll have to do this a bit later. Hold on a second here. Okay. Hold on a second here. I gotta do one quick thing for work. It's literally gonna take a minute. Just really have to type something here. Fine. Verifying link. No access. Log out. Okay. Log in. This just take a minute. Okay, let me go to the let's get at least switch to my face cam. Get out of Flight Simulator here. It'll be another minute though. Let's see. Sign up. Okay. And check emails. Should be working this time. Set password. This should be all I need to do. Set password. Let's see if that works. Okay, that should get me in there. Okay. All right. I get it back to it. Still didn't get in there. Okay, let's move on. Gonna do the big brain games and do some music stuff. Just having a short conversation with somebody at work about something that's not that time sensitive. Anyway, so get it done after the stream. All right, what do I want to do? Big brain games. Let me bring some of that stuff up here. That's the Quirtle, the Octurtle, the Blurtle, the Fluflurtle. You know the deal. Or you don't, in which case just watch along and find out. These are all free games you can play on a daily basis. We're gonna start with the 4-word games, the 4 or 5-letter word games. It's kind of a warm up. Let's see. How about snail on the lower left there? And actually, it could have been slain. No, it could have been slain. And let's see. Okay, it starts with A, starts with C, ends with E, and has an A in it somewhere. But let's see. Probably CA something E. Cash, perhaps. Okay, that A was that lower, the H was helpful. THRO, those are the letters we know are in there. And so maybe it's throw. Okay, this one here says it could be biddy, right? BIDDY, because we haven't used the D. Oh, it was biddy. Kind of cool. All right, nice. Okay, why am I still in Flight Simulator? It's because, that's how it is. Just chatting is what I wanted to be in. Just for the brain game section. Okay, weekly challenge unlocked. No. Let's do the revealed, right? Is that the next one we do? Yeah, the revealed. Oh, anyway, the revealed. We're gonna do the tightrope. We're gonna do the reunion. We're gonna do the connections, and we're gonna do the octortle. Anyway, all right. It's a person, 6 letters and 6 letters. Their name is. This person was born February 11th, blank, blank, blank. Died October 18th, blank. blank was and blank blank who or blank who blank or blank held a blank blank blank. In addition, he blank the world's first blank blank blank. Blank was the blank 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 in the era of blank ingenuity. He began his blank in the adolescence of the blank industry, when virtually the only source of blank was primitive blank putting out a blank blank. Before he blank in blank, he had blank a critical role in introducing the blank blank of blank. This is a tough one. He held a blank blank blank. He created the world's first what? Laboratory. Something laboratory. The world's first blank blank laboratory. Eesh. In adolescence of the what industry? Telegraph industry. Telegraph industry. Who's the telephone inventor? It doesn't fit there. Right? It's not Alexander Graham Bell, obviously. That's what I'm trying to say here. Adolescence of the Telegraph. Samuel P. Morse? No, that would be some kind of inventor. What's this here? This is going to be a tough one. Patents. Also, Thomas Edison. Why didn't I think of that earlier? That's definitely shouldn't have needed all that stuff, but it is what it is. At least we solved it. How many did I need? 4? That's not good. I needed 3 and 1 hint. That's close to average. Wow. We're average. Yay. All right, next one's the tightrope trivia. Wait, why am I doing this? Tightrope trivia quiz. It's a timed multiple choice trivia quiz. This is hopefully the easier one. Blah, blah, blah. It's given what name? Manhattan Project. What symptoms? Falling asleep suddenly. Polite behavior, which is from mountain medieval knights. Chivalry. Seems to be easy enough. I mean, we should get all these. We'll see. It's got to get them fast because it's a huge part of your score. Electric eel. It's an electric eel. And neighborhood spirit is the juniper berry gin. Again, I'm trying to get these as quickly as I can because the amount of time it takes is a huge component of your score. The first one, after she published her 7th book, I mean, you know, there's a bunch of clues in there. Women of Barcelona was the Cubism. I mean, he kind of invented Cubism. There's also Spanish. To imports of dinosaurs from which country? I'm going to say China. I mean, imports everything from China, but I would certainly think fireworks. Distinctive physical feature leading with my chin. That's Jay Leno. Okay, these were pretty easy. All right, we got some big brain games coming down here. Let's see. Walk-in encyclopedia, clever funambulist. Nice. Woohoo! All right, we got more big brain games to play. We're gonna do the reunion. It's kind of like in between a crossword puzzle and a 5-game word puzzle, and it's got its own kind of set of rules, etc. to it. So let's see. For one thing, okay. This E, I think, has to go here. I'm just going to take a guess. This EE, I think, has to go there. Oh, it didn't have to go there. Boy, I am not going well. Let's slow down. Let's see. It's not alcohol because the C can't be there. Let's see. What else? Can we get something? There's E blank ER. What could that be? It could be... oof. Let's see. What could it be? Like there's not a lot of things it can be. Right? The N could go there. EFER. ENER. Wow, this is already going to be a really hard one here. What's here? There has to be a vowel here. Is that going to be the A? Or is the A over there? Already this one's gonna kick my ass, I think. Alright, we're just gonna have to take some guesses here. Alright, that was an educated guess that the F went there. Because I think this one is just gonna be refer, R-E-F-E-R. And now we have A-L-R something, and it's not an O. A-L-R. Could it be already? There's no Y. It has to be a vowel. It could be A or I or U. It could be all right. Let's try all right. Yes. G-H-T. All right, we're moving along. We got something going on here. We're not going to get it in 17, but that's all right. Got to keep playing this. Now we know we have something that starts with G-U-R. And then something else that does not have an N in it and might have an A in it. If it does have an A, then the A has to be there, but I don't think it does. So what is it? I think it's just going to be guru, and there's not going to be anything over here. It's got to be, okay? This is eventually going to be one of the critters. Okay, good to know. In which case, this one here could be Earl. This upper part, I think it's going to be Earl. E-A-R-L. There's not going to be anything after Guru and Earl. There's going to be effectively a used square, so we don't need to finish those words. There'll be two new squares. Where the A and the O are. Okay, I'm getting this here. So this is going to have to be a word, though. What is this going to be here? Is it going to be tonic? Because we have the letters for tonic. And then the thing we're going to have is this vertical word here, which is going to be saffron, S-A. And then we have to just undo these to make aisle, A-I-S-L-E. 17 moves. Okay, that's actually good. That's as good. We could have done it in 16 if I didn't. But 17 I'm happy with because my average is 17.4. So that brings down the average, which is good. Yay. All right, more brain games to play. The one I like to do after this one, because it's the second to last, is let me set this up, is the New York Times Connections game. It's a fun game in which they give you 16 of these short words and phrases, blah, blah, blah. You'll have to figure it out as we go. Okay, C, that's also a homonym. C, monster, quarter, 100, semi, Celsius, bumper, dump, whole, final, giant, joint, Titanic, qualifier, dive, and cold. Okay. Let's see if we can figure out what 4 things we might want to map up here. Let's see. Semi quarter, but then I don't see anything would match those. No, let's see. Let's see. Monster, giant, Titanic, and bumper, because you could have a bumper crop, right? And that's a large crop, and that can be seen as synonymous with monster, giant, and Titanic. I'm gonna go for it. Come on, buddy. Enormous things. Woohoo! Let's get some Diet Coke down with me. Cheers. I got plenty of Diet Coke. It's full. It's icy and everything. All right, so we're 1 in. We got 2 to go because the third one comes out automatically. All right, we got 2. Let's see what we got. C, Celsius, cell, quart, quarter, qualifier, fire. It's always wordplay. Final. Let's see. Whole. Let's see. A dive, a dump, a joint, and a hole. Could also be slang names for a low-end bar, right? And none of these kind of match those, right? Let's go for it. Nice. Disreputable establishments. Very good. Very good. Very good. All right. Now we only have 1 more to do because once we've matched the next 4, the other 4 are what's remaining. Let's see. This is where it starts getting harder though. Let's see. Semi, quarter, final. Qualifier. 100, C, cold. I feel like a final is a kind of a test. Semis are kind of test. Qualifiers are kind of test. But none of these are. Is a quarter. I'm just going to try it. Close, right? It was tournament rounds. So rounds of a tournament. The final, the qualifier, the quarterfinals, and the semifinals. Interesting. It seemed to make that makes some sense to me. What is the last? I like to try to figure out. We don't need to do this, but I want to figure out what the last. If we can figure out what the connections is, these are going to be the hardest ones. So 100, Celsius, C, and cold. I don't know. Let's find out. It'll tell us. I don't want to sit here all day. It'll tell us what C might mean. Oh yeah, I've seen that before. What, like, they had what W might mean. It might be Y, or what, what the letter Y, might mean. It could be yes, or it could be Y, the word Y, blah blah blah. So C could mean Celsius, cold, 100, as in the Roman numeral for 100 is C, and it could mean C to see something. Okay, well, we got it. All right, hey, we got 1 more game to play though. It's the octurtle. So let's do that. I like to skip right to the hardest one, which is the rescue. Why not? Got plenty of stuff I want to do. Let's see. The rescue is hard because you don't get to use my starting words, but there's always a few that in the random it uses random words, like it has no O or A. There's always a few of these 8. There'll be some that are kind of obvious. We have T. Probably it's TH something. TH something N something, and so it's either THON something. Could be THON what? Thond, Thoner, and I can't really think. But it could also be THAN something, right? THAN. And in that case, it could be thank. I think it's got to be thanked. Okay, that was helpful because we needed the K. This one here, it's IANT with a G, so it's giant. Again, it's spelled out for us. So let's just grab it. This one here, okay, it has a T. We know there's an I and an E, and that's it. Starts in T, has an I and E. It could be a lot of things. Could be tripe. We'll come back to that though. We have something easier here. This is, it could be S. Oh, but then it has to be K E, and there's no E in it. So it can't, I'm not sure it is SM. It can't be KM. Is there something that could go there? It's interesting. We should be able to figure this one out here. There's no other vowels except for O or Y available. Smoky. Y is available. Smoky. Gotta be smoky. Had to be smoky. Process of elimination. Let's see. We know there's an L and an A. Oh, there's an L, an A, and an O. We have 4 of the letters because there's in addition to the B. So what could that be then? Let's see. OBAL could be. Yeah, I don't think there's anything there. It could be L. ALB. And then you have to have an O in somewhere there. Oh, it just could be labor because we haven't used the R yet. Labor. Duh. Alrighty. I haven't used the R yet. Of course, the R doesn't appear in any of the words. I don't care. Let's see what we need to do here. Okay, we have a G and a B and a U to place. And D is available, so I think we'll just budge fit. B, U, yes. D, yes. G, yes. E does fit. All right, we're doing well on the rescue today. This is the last of the big brain games. I'm going to take a short break. I'm going to bring my keyboard, not going to smash it. I'm just bringing it in. Just slap it down. Slap it down. Take a short break. Do a little peeing, probably. All right, what do we got here? We got this one. Starts in T, has an I and an E, and a D now. We know. We just found out that has a D. So that was important. So let's see. It can't be TD something. It can't be TI something. There's no other available. So I think it's TE something then. And then we have an I and a D available. Oh, tepid. Nice. It's got to be tepid, right? Right? Sure does. All right, now we're down to our last one, and we have 2 guesses. We have a really good chance of finishing the rescue today. And I only get about half of these, I think, maybe a little more. All right, now we know where the A and the I is. There's a T and a P, and this is going to be easy. And what else do we need? Oh, there's an O as well. So it's patio. Easy. Patio. Has to be patio. Easy, popeasy. All right, that was, in fact, that one went so quickly, I want to do the extreme as well, just for fun, because I feel like we got plenty of time. We don't have plenty of time, but I don't care. I mean, there is plenty of time. I'm not streaming tomorrow. I'll be in the office all day tomorrow. Let's see. We could have, on the upper left, could be spoon. And then we have stoop on the upper right. We're just got a bunch of words following out here. This one here is going to be brown. See, these puzzles, once you get to do these a million times, I've been doing this for years, they go real quick. This one here is going to be snipe, S-N-I-P-E. These are just really easily picked out for us. What else is easy? Okay, now we have something that's kind of at least somewhat hard. R-O-U something. Rouge. Okay, now that G was helpful there. So this could be dodgy. Lower right. We got 2 left. Starts with an R. Has an N and an O in it. But the O is there. Oh, the N is, it's rhino. Great word. And let's see, last word ends in O and has a Yahoo in it. All right. Ends in 2 O's. Oh, wow. That went so fast. It's fine. Switching to the musical category. Let me just, hello. There we go. Because every time, there's always a musical performance. I'm not worried, but concerned that if I don't play my regular lounge music on occasion, that I'll magically lose the ability to play those songs, which I took years to memorize. They're memorized. I don't need a book or anything. And for that reason, we're going to play them again. We're not going to do we'll be doing all sorts of things. We're going to be playing the bass. We're going to be doing the Christmas Piano Lounge quite a bit in the next couple of weeks. But today is just Ken's Piano Lounge. Let me take a little while to get that set up, so let me get started there. microphone. That's one thing. Okay, you can hear me. Excellent. Now we're going to get this moving here to the correct position. Rightfully there. Up here. All right, so today it's Ken's Piano Lounge. Welcome to the warm-up bit here. See if we're operating. Welcome to Ken's Piano Lounge. What's Ken's Piano Lounge, you might ask? Well, that's a good question. I'll give you an answer. It's where you are right now. And in another sense, it's this list of songs. It says Ken's Piano Song List here. Okay, for example, Say a Little Prayer, Natalie Cole version. It's Burt Bacharach song. What else I can hear? flash dance. All right, there's some girl from Ipanema. What else do we want to do here? You've been on the run, hiding in the sun, looking out for 101 California. Here we come, right back where we started from. That's a waste of time, shadow run, looking out for number one California. Here we come, right back where we started from. The drugs, California. Here we come. On the radio, this is what we call the show. California, here we come, right back where we started from. On the road, so as we go. Lyrics. California, California, here we come. California, California, here we come. California, California, here we come. I do that song too often. I should learn lyrics someday. One of these days. Let's see, what else can we do? Have fun with. A little more jazzy. Just the two of us. Scared the shit out of me. Thank you. Hope you enjoyed my little rendition of Misty there. Yeah, pretty much on a regular. That's the middle part of my lounge act. The Steely Dan lounge song. Thanks for the follow, though. It's just piano lounge, you know. It's just kind of imagine you're at a fancy bar somewhere, drinking your Diet Coke along with me. I don't know. Playing one of these old songs. This is a Carpenter song. We've only just begun by Paul Williams. Thank you. Hello, Germany. One of my favorites, a little shop. We've always begun. Let's do some more of these show tunes. This is "Can You Read My Mind?" It's the theme from Superman the movie, 1977. It's written by John Williams. Yeah, that John Williams. Played some of these songs in a while, but you know, they're part of my standard lounge repertoire here. Most of this one I like to do. It's a little Sheryl Crow.
Okay, a couple last songs here. One second here. Thank you for your question. I don't think I do. These are all classic songs. I might be able to learn it. I remember the movie has great music. You can look into it. That's Walking My Baby Back Home. That's the oldest song I played. It's originally written in 1935. It's one of those covered songs ever. Up and Away. Fifth Dimension. Okay, last song of the day. Got to get going back to work. It's over 2 hours. Is "Up Where We Belong" from Officer and Gentleman. It's a duet normally featuring Joe Cocker and Jennifer Warnes. I'm not singing it. That's it. Excuse me, for the musical performance. See, all the cameras moving around. That's it for the performance for today. I had a great time streaming them. Lots of people came in, got some followers, first time chatters, lots of returning chatters. People come in and say hi. That's always appreciated. The stream is basically the same every time. If you haven't been here before, it's, but it's interesting. I like it. So the next stream is going to be Wednesday, same time as today, 11:30 a.m. I keep a consistent schedule and starting time, make it easy for people to predict when I'll probably most likely to be streaming. As long as the day doesn't start with a T. I'm going to be streaming at my normal time, run for about 2 hours. We're going to be doing flight simulatoring tomorrow or Wednesday, excuse me. The big brain games and either guitar or bass, one of the two. We don't, so because I alternate between a stringed instrument and a keyboard instrument. So we play the keyboard today, and then there's always lots of more music to do. Next weekend we'll be doing a lot of the last rehearsals for the Christmas Piano Lounge, and then on Christmas Day and Christmas Eve I'll be doing the regular show. Except both the musical performances will be the Piano Lounge, the specific Piano Lounge music. Just a little bit. Thank you for coming by. Appreciate your comments again, and I'm gonna get this off, but. Yeah, I'm actually working from home. Just got to get back to work and get a few things done. Nothing major, but a few emails to send, that kind of thing. But I had a great time taking some time out from my work day to do it. And we'll see you guys all around next time. Here's my end roll.